My guest today is Jim Bittman from the CBOE. He's a popular speaker here at the Traders Expo. We're talking about a new product, the extended weeklies that they've come out with. So, Jim, talk about that. What are the extended weekly options?
You know, weekly options originally were introduced by the CBOE in 2005. Very few people know that. Most people think that weeklies were introduced in 2010. But actually, the CBOE introduced them in 2005 on their index products, SPX, OEX, and VIX. And they did not really become popular until the new symbology, option symbology, took over in 2010. And then in the summer of 2010, all the exchanges started listing weekly options on individual stocks. Apple, Google, IBM, Gold, USO, many different weekly options. Okay. So now we have 1 week options and the monthly options. And people started saying in 2012, wouldn't it be nice if we could have 2 week options or 3 week options? So the industry heads got together and they said, what does the market want? How can we introduce this to see if it will be accepted and traded? After all, it's expensive for an exchange to introduce new products, and loading costs on the industry that the market's not going to want is not really helpful to anybody. So they decided that they would introduce 5 weeks of consistent options on actively traded underlying stocks and indexes. So now Apple, IBM, Google, they have, and several others, have these what are called extended weeklies. So you now have 5 consecutive weeks of options. So you encompass 2 monthly expiration options at a minimum, and always this week plus 4 more.
So am I always rolling it over every week? Or is it's the same position I'm holding for the entire time?
Well, there is no one right strategy. You know, there's no one best strategy. Options are simply tools that give you flexibility to incorporate a market view. So if you have a 3-month option and you're worried about a short-term correction, you might be able to hedge that with a 1 week. If you are a very active trader, you might hedge your monthlies by selling weekly options against it. You can do a 2-week spread instead of a 1 week or a 4-week spread. The alternatives are there. People seem to accept them, but it's too early for me to tell exactly what the most popular strategy is or what's working best.
All right, where do I find out more about these?
On CBOE.com, we have under our products tab, we have a few educational videos and written material about these new extended weekly options.
Jim, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Tim.
You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.